One of the most important aspects that Brand South Africa occupies in terms of the economic recovery and reconstruction plan is that we speak to investment promotion, particularly in the realm of reputation management. As the custodian of the South African nation brand, it's particularly important for us to plant the seed in investors' minds about who and what is South Africa. How does South Africa set itself apart from other countries in terms of being an attractive investment destination? So, for instance, we always make the example of what is the first thing you think about when you think about the likes of Germany or the USA. With Germany, you think about German precision. With America, you think about the American dream. So those are important aspects that are deeply embedded in people's minds when they think about a particular country. So it's the same with investment promotion from a reputation aspect, where we have to remind international investors, new and existing, about who and what South Africa is and the exciting investment opportunities that it presents for them. Because one of our biggest campaigns at the moment is actually Believe in SA, which then seeks to remind investors that even though South Africa currently faces a series of challenges, obviously the first one that comes to mind is our current energy crisis. But even though we call it a crisis, we see it as an opportunity for investors to come in and to find creative solutions on how we can chart a new energy future. And given the topical issues that are being discussed at the Mining Indaba is obviously the green energy as well as a just transition. And given where South Africa really is strategically placed to be one of the regional leaders in creating a green energy future that comprises of obviously renewable energy and a whole host of other green energy initiatives. So we're really looking forward to that, and I think it's really important on platforms like this to remind the world that South Africa is open for business, but also South Africa is a country that presents a blank canvas for investors, where there's a lot of opportunity to recreate old systems and to introduce a series of systems that could be a blueprint for the future. One of the most important documents that govern South Africa's current, South Africa's mining sector is obviously the Mining Charter. And it is primarily based on 7 key aspects, which speak to the likes of transformation, inclusive growth, beneficiation. And those top 3, I mentioned those top 3 in particular because one of the topics or the themes being explored during the Indaba speaks to junior miners, and that speaks to transformation as well as inclusion. Junior miners are a particularly important aspect for the Mining Charter in the sense that it's given previously disadvantaged individuals access to the mining sector. And you can imagine that given how big the mining sector is, that with a lot of well-established industry players, junior miners find themselves a bit shortchanged at times. However, with the likes of the Mining Charter and the various other policies that support those junior miners, one of the goals, the ultimate objectives of our Junior Miners program is to show the world that if you empower people, if you include people, and if you transform existing forms of trade or commerce or sectors, that you open up a new pathway to change people's lives. And I think that's particularly important, especially where we currently find ourselves, not just as a country, but as the world at large, that issues of inclusivity as well as transformation are particularly important. And I believe that South Africa is one of those countries who's taken that particularly quite seriously in terms of creating new ways of doing business that seek to include people that were previously not included. And we believe that that is how we are going to change the lived realities of millions of people in our country.